Hello, my name is Laura Kurella, and I'm a food columnist. You might remember me from being at the back-to-school fairs, and you might even see yourself in one of these photos. Or you might remember me from doing one of the Happy Holidays cooking shows that we've done in the fall here in Constantine, and here's one of the winners. You might have even seen one of my books in one of your local libraries. Or maybe you've seen my local cable cooking show, Your Kids' Health. Or maybe you've even seen my Vitality Cuisine local cooking show. I've also appeared in newsprint with stories about me in the South Bend Tribune. And I've had the honor of appearing at the World Food Championships down in Florida, where I competed as a seafood finalist, and here's me with my winning recipe. I've also had the honor of appearing in Chicago with the Chicago Tribune radio host Phil Potemka, and I've been honored by being a contributor to the Food Channel, which allows me to travel with their brand ambassador to places like the world-famous Whiting, Indiana Pierogi Fest in the Chicago area, which gave me the opportunity to make new fans. I've also been honored with my books being installed in the Calumet Regional Archives at Indiana University. But when it comes down to it, being a food columnist means making a good recipe. And for that, you need to start with quality ingredients, because you got to remember, anything you put in that bowl, you're going to be putting into your body. And you also need to follow recipes. And it says to cream the butter, you cream the butter. And if it says to scrape down the bowl in that cookie recipe, you need to scrape down the bowl. You also need to make sure the cookies are spaced far enough apart so they don't stick, and they go in the perfectly heated oven so that they come out perfectly cooked and not too crisp or even burnt, because those are things my husband especially does not like. But then you also have to have a well sunlit room, because food is best shot in natural lighting. And so here I am in my greenhouse off of our home, and it makes the photos pop and they look perfect on that news page, which, while doing all this might look easy, it is not as simple as it looks. The three main duties of being a newspaper columnist involve writing original, entertaining, and informative features, and then using a camera to capture vivid imagery that expands on your subject, which for me is most often food. It also means meeting and beating all those deadlines and assignments that come your way. The school subjects that helped prepare me were English, grammar, vocabulary, punctuation, and reading, because they helped improve your command of the written English language, which is a tool that you're going to be using constantly if you're a writer in any profession. English usage in action is going to occur throughout your life, but when you're a writer, especially a columnist, it appears in print with your name under it. So you want to make sure when you put something out that it is as correct as possible, not only in actual verbiage, but also in punctuation and grammar too, because you don't want to appear to be eating grandpa, as this one says, and it's only because of a comma that makes the huge difference. On this page, my favorite thing is cement in the recipe down in the bottom center. Although I can't believe anyone would want to put cement instead of cilantro in a recipe. One of the things that I love about my job is its flexibility. Being a food columnist means making a weekly deadline for publications that carry my work. However, I can do that work whenever and wherever I choose. Whether it's idea planning or research or recipe development, food styling, and even writing the column, I get to pick the when and the where all these things occur. The tools of my trade are actually pretty familiar. You need to have a good cell phone that people can reach you and you can reach them. I prefer an Android. You also need to have a really good digital audio recorder so you can go ahead and record those interviews and replay them. A video recorder, a laptop with pro software, a DSLR camera. Some noise-canceling earbuds are always good to have. A noise-canceling microphone comes in real handy, especially when you have to do things like I am right now. and a solid-state external drive to record and save everything you've done. The impact of COVID-19 on my writing career has made it so I'm not able to conduct interviews in person like this one we're having right now. I'm not able to conduct any restaurant reviews either, nor have I been able to teach any college-level cooking classes, and I've not been able to do any live appearances or cooking shows, and I've not been able to bring my children's book to readings to schools or libraries, and I've also lost work in tourism assignments and seasonal periodicals due to the COVID restrictions, and also due to the reduction in advertising revenues, which has reduced my income exponentially. The stressful parts of this job is always going to be making the deadlines, but it's a built-in stress that's never going to go away when you're a columnist or in any job in the field of journalism, so it's something you really need to get used to. Being a columnist also comes with the pressure of thinking up new ideas, along with the added pressure of staying on trend, relevant, and engaging to the world around you, because otherwise people are not going to want to read what you've written. The rewards of the job are vast, but being able to hit that send button on my weekly column always brings about a good feeling in me, I'll tell you that. But honestly, nothing tops hearing that my work has made a positive difference in the lives of others. To know that my work has lifted others, well, to me there is no greater reward, which is why I love to give things away, because it always picks people up. As you can see, being a columnist, whether it be a food columnist or otherwise, will drop you into the journalism cloud, which has so many different jobs that you can go into with a degree in journalism. Today's main media outlets that most people go into that are focused on journalism are newspapers, whether it be in print or online, or magazines, radio, and television. There are good things to being a journalist. For one, it's very exciting and sometimes even scary. Also, meeting interesting and famous people is awesome, and access to people, places, and events that you normally wouldn't get to do is also fun as well. I also like that I get to use my writing and networking skills to make a living. Being a journalist is also not so great in some aspects because you do have to focus on balancing your work and home life. And that includes dating and family, and yes, even hanging out with your friends will be impacted because of all the deadlines that you will be facing. Being a journalist is also not so great as far as the pay goes. And while 90% of people who enter the journalism field can make a living, only about 2%, and this is not a scientific number, will become rich and famous and wealthy and socially secure, as they say. But you don't necessarily have to go into media with a journalism degree. You could also pursue communications, public relations, politics, sales, pretty much anything that requires someone with awesome people and communication skills to be in. The real question is there a journalist in you? And you need to ask yourself, does writing spark joy? Are you a knowledge seeker? Do you like doing research? Can you handle long hours? Can you meet a deadline? Do you like a fast pace? Are you tech savvy and enjoy challenges? Do you care about your community? And are you willing to start at the bottom for low wages to build your name and your career? These are all the things you need to think about before entering the field of journalism.
In closing, I'd like to say that the key thing to remember when choosing a career is to make sure that you select something that sparks joy in your heart. Because as the Chinese philosopher Confucius used to say, when you choose a job that you love, you won't work a single day in your life. Be sure to pick something that you love to do, because it's something that you will be doing daily, if you're lucky. Thanks for watching my presentation today. From the cozy comfort of my Northwoods, Michigan home with my husband Richard, you get a little peek at our garden that will soon to be blooming this spring, as well as the little critters that like to fly in and out. Good luck with your careers, and God bless. Bye-bye.